Well, summer is winding down. The weather is finally cooling off. And today on Straight from the Heart, you'll see Reba McEntire as you
Why was that?
The bottom line.
Show you.
¿Qué tal, everybody? I'm Manuel Teodoro.
And I'm Maria Rita. Bienvenidos. Welcome to Hispanics Today. In the news this week, Sports Illustrated unveiled its sizzling 2002 swimsuit issue in New York City. This year's edition has a fiery Latin theme. The swimsuit issue was shot at several exotic spots in South America. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, Latinos are 3 times more likely than non-Hispanic whites to live in poverty. This creates a challenge for many Latinos trying to care for themselves during the autumn of their lives. Despite far-reaching efforts, Ponce de Leon never discovered the fountain of youth. This is much to the dismay of America's elderly. Latinos in particular face unparalleled hardships, making ends meet as their bodies, minds, and bank accounts struggle to stay a step ahead of the effects of time.
in a stagnant economy, local, state, and federal governments are reducing and sometimes even eliminating programs for the elderly. Seniors and experts worry about Social Security running dry, housing, and how to survive in what should be the golden years. Amnesty International hosted its 5th annual Media Spotlight Awards in New York earlier this week. Salma Hayek was on hand to present a special posthumous award to the family of Digna Ochoa.
You're watching CBS 11 News at 4. Proud to be voted the #1 newscast in Texas by the Press Club of Dallas. This is CBS 11 News at 4.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maria Arita. A 5-judge panel will then decide the case. A verdict is expected sometime next month. Hussein made it clear today that if convicted, he'd rather face a firing squad than be hanged, quote, like a common criminal. A Melendez performance is truly mesmerizing. But the real miracle of Tony Melendez and his journey began in 1987 when he was asked to perform for Pope John Paul II.
Holy Father, we are proud to present to you Tony Melendez.
With our God we are become as one.
He stood frozen as the Pope approached. And then Grayson McCooch.
Arita Marita?
Maria Arita.
Maria Rita!
As the oldest running television show in America, the Emmy Award-winning Guiding Light is at no loss for great storylines. This summer is full of them. I felt the only way to really get the inside scoop was to get on the show. I started with an acting lesson. I had a total of 3 good lines as the newest member on the board of Spalding Enterprises. And suddenly...
And go right into ladies and gentlemen, okay?
They cut my line. Yeah. It's vicious. It is a vicious business.
1D Part 1, 1D Part 2, and 2A.
But the catalyst to all of that was the revelation of the mystery surrounding the torture and death of my father. My trip to Honduras all started with an interview with my mother. She recounted the story about the torture of my father in 1961 in an Honduran prison and his subsequent death. We gained access to an Honduran prison. The gates were locked and there was no turning back. I, for the first time, got to put up a central low-bearing wall. That's the technical term.
You're acting like some sort of superhero, like Tool Woman or something.
Hello, we're back, everybody. For many people, losing weight is a lifelong struggle. Winning the battle is easy for a little while, especially with so many quick-loss diet plans and diet pills available. But are these quick-fix methods the answer to achieving and maintaining that healthy weight? Well, that's the topic of this week's Doctor's Health Call.
So what's in it?
Mascarpone cheese, cream cheese, and then ladyfingers that have been dipped in a espresso syrup.
Oh, can I ask you a question?
By all means.
Can I have some of this?
It's amazing, the participation, everyone comes.
We have a truly amazing story to tell you about today, one that will leave you in awe, probably as it did us.
Meet 14-year-old Ben Underwood from Sacramento, California. Now, Ben was just 2 years old when cancer forced doctors to remove both his eyes.
There's almost nothing Ben can't do. Proof positive that hearing is believing. He can even play video games just by hearing all the little nuances.
Wonders never cease, and we'll be right back.
From Times Square in the heart of New York City, I'm Maria Arita. See you next time on American Digest.